What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Rogue Report, Thursday night live stream. Good to see you guys back here. It is my birthday today. I'm 38 years old. I'm an old, decrepit piece of crap. It's literally my birthday today, and I didn't want to miss a stream. I almost did. I was like, I'm going to do this on my birthday, and I said, you know what? I've gone 13 weeks straight. We're doing it. So here we are, back to the grind. Hope everyone's doing good. And let's I see everyone wishing me a bunch of awesome birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It sucks getting old, man. I can tell you that. It creeps up on you quick. It really fucking does. I can remember turning 30 like a week ago, and now I'm 38, and I'm so close. Like 40 is going to happen so fast. That's a bummer. But it is what it is. So anyway, that's that. And let's get into the stream. So last week, obviously, I guess it was on Sunday, I released a pretty heavy video. That one was incredibly fucking hard for me to do. I can't even tell you how hard it was for me to do. It took me a long time to wrap my head around that whole thing and put it out there. But we did it, and now it's out there, and people were very, very supportive, which was fucking awesome. Thank you to everyone who was. And I kind of want to focus the stream on that this time around instead of just going all random, asking a bunch of, random questions, because I feel like this shit's not talked about enough. And I'm going to put myself out there to be one of the ones who does talk about it, because I feel like a lot of people are suffering in silence, which is kind of the way it goes. So, yeah, it's not going to be probably the most fucking cheerful stream. Maybe it will. We'll make it happen. But anyway, it's a serious stream nonetheless, and we'll get into it. So anyone who has questions about any of that, please start dropping them. Obviously, there is a lot of questions to be asked about this topic, and nothing's off limits. So feel free to dump them in, and we'll get at them. So while we're waiting, I see someone talking about home gym therapy right here. Yeah, I've started building a really serious setup in my house. I don't know if anyone's seen it yet. If you haven't yet, go look at my Instagram story right now. I kind of put some stuff in here today. Finished out the flooring, got a treadmill in here today. Obviously, I got that crazy-ass machine the other day. And there's a hell of a lot more coming, like a lot more coming yet. It's going to be legit. Anyone who knows what I do, I don't half-ass anything, and this is going to be one of those things where I'm going all in, man. So I spent a fortune on shit, and it's going to force me to use it every day, and I have been using it every day. I've been training with a trainer 6 days a week already. I kind of started it a little bit before that video got released, so I'm probably I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks in now at some point. I'm already seeing a huge difference happening, and I can feel it a little bit mentally too, which has been pretty awesome. But just getting that discipline of doing this shit every day and doing something hard every day, that sucks. And I mentioned in the video, exercise was kind of a trigger for me for panic, because when you think about it, exercise to a normal person, you're not thinking about it. To someone with a anxiety or panic disorder, exercise is you're almost there, right? Your heart rate's up, you're breathing heavily, all that stuff. You're right on the fucking brink already. So it's real hard for people with that kind of stuff to exercise, and that's been almost like a phobia of mine for a little while now. And that's, again, why I'm forcing myself to do it every day, because it's one of those little small exposures that I can start building the mindset up with. And I'm going to get fucking shredded as hell at some point, probably. So that can't hurt either. I haven't been in good shape since I was a professional athlete back in the day. And even back then, I was going strictly off of my youngness. I didn't really train a whole lot because I didn't need to. I was 20 years old and made out of rubber and dreams, and just naturally had, abs and shit. And that went away pretty quick by the time I turned 28, 29, started going downhill. And then by the time I got in my 30s, fuck, does it go downhill fast. And I got fat a few years ago, real fat. And we are thankfully back down to where I used to be. So I'm 189 pounds was where I was at the last time I weighed myself, which is pretty awesome considering I was at 245 2 years ago. And that was just from diet. I didn't do any exercise, and that was straight diet that dropped that shit off. But now with the exercise in the mix, we're going to see some shit happen. So that'll be cool. Anyway, yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff coming in, which is awesome. Happy birthday. I need to arm wrestle Tilly. Yeah, I do have to arm. It's funny you say that because in the next video, there's arm wrestling in there between me and my employee Jordan. And yeah, I don't think I'm not ready for Tilly yet. He's been working out on that gym grind for a long time. He'll probably fucking shred me. I might have a chance with my left hand because I'm left-handed. And I definitely got the advantage there. Maybe, but I don't know. That guy's in really fucking good shape. So give me 6 months, and then maybe I'll challenge him. So let's get into some of these. So yeah, cold plunge next. We were talking about that in the DMs. Yeah, I'm going to definitely add a cold plunge in the mix because cold plunges, are just great for recovery, and I'm fucking working my ass off in this basement gym now and feeling it hard, feeling all the old injuries coming back a lot. And but another cool thing about those cold plunges I've found out is like it really is good. Well, mentally, just you're gaining mental fortitude by getting in that cold water all the time, obviously. But there is like a healing aspect when it comes to like anxiety disorders and shit like that, which is pretty cool that I've been finding out about. So that's kind of more or less going to be my focus with that. And because I did it once, and like, dude, the second I hit that water, it was just like instant panic attack, just like literally instant. And so it'd be good exposure for that too, right? So yeah, that's gonna be coming next. Right now, what's coming next? I think like next week the big dumbbell set's coming. I got like a full blown commercial dumbbell set from 5 to 50. I think that's all I need for now. And then there'll be the red light therapy shit and the cold plunge. And then we're hopefully done spending a fucking fortune on stuff, but you never know. You know what I'm like. I'm already feeling like I'm getting addicted to this stuff, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Here we go. Rick Waller. I felt that video. My wife suffers with anxiety on occasion. It's hard to understand when you don't have those issues to deal with, but support and understanding is key. You have a good support base. I do have a good support base. I mean, like, go look at the comments on that video, man. So many people were very, very supportive of that whole thing, which was fucking awesome. Like, I was kind of worried about that to a certain degree. I wasn't worried because I know like most people are generally good. But still, you know, there's a lot of shit apples in the tree, right? And didn't really see any of those. I got a couple of them to be expected, but not a lot. And then as far as like in my personal life, yeah, I got a pretty good support system around. And my employees are great. My family's pretty good. And, for the most part, everything is good. I did have someone in here who thankfully is now removed. That was kind of fucking that up a little bit, but that's no longer a problem. So we're rebuilding. We're building a nice little support system, and to the point where like the goal is to not need one, right? So I'm trying to build myself into my own support system by doing all this crazy shit that I'm going down on. Oh, I said that really wrong. Fuck. Oh, that was bad. Well, can't take it back now. It's on the internet forever. Infinite fabrication, been dealing with for 20 plus years. Meds help, but not 100%. And they have shit drawbacks. Yeah, they do. Wish I had a solution for you. They do. And like I said in the video, the meds, they fucked me up real bad. I know some people who have had amazing results on them. I was just talking with a girl last night that was saying she's had amazing results off the one medication. And it's funny because the one medication she has had such good results from is the one that fucked me up the worst. And it's kind of hit and miss for everybody. And at all the ones that I tried, I think it was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different ones. I got nothing and nowhere out of them. And the only one that like technically worked was like the zombie effect one where like, yeah, I wasn't anxious and wasn't panicking, but I wasn't anything else either. I felt nothing. I was just fucking numb. I was nothing. And I did not like that at all. It was a shitty way to live. I'd rather live riddled with anxiety and still feel like the highs and lows of like happiness and laughing and all that kind of stuff. And rather than just being a fucking useless blob floating around, not feeling shit. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But I mean, I think the path that I'm on now and what I'm trying to work on now is, I think it's the right way to do it for me. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm one of those people, which I guess a lot of people would probably just know by watching my shit, is like I like to go at things and go at them hard and like bulldoze my fucking way through them. And I feel like this, the way that I'm putting this together is a system very much like that. So we shall see. It'll be interesting nonetheless. Let's get into here. So we got a lot of good stuff coming. Holy shit, this is awesome. So JJS screen printing. As a printer and an owner, I've cried more in the last couple of years from exhaustion, stress, balancing wife, 2 boys, and work is the hardest, and I still haven't fully mapped out how. Yeah, it's tough. It's very hard to deal with all the stuff that comes along with entrepreneurship. Nonetheless, dealing with any kind of like mental stuff on top of that, and whether it's anxiety, panic, depression, all those types of things that are becoming more and more common these days, being an entrepreneur in the mix is, it's a fucking lot, man, especially in the print industry, because it's like it's not very forgiving, right? Like a lot of people think like, oh, you just fucking print shirts, right? Like, no, it's definitely not like that. It's not for meek people. That's for sure. You're going nonstop. There's tight deadlines. You got people on your ass all the time. You're dealing with employees. You're dealing with problems nonstop. I mean, it's like that for a lot of businesses, but just seems to be very amplified in ours in a lot of ways, especially more or less with the deadline type of stuff, because you got a lot of money on the line for people that like have to sell this merch for whatever the hell they have to sell it for, and they need it done in a certain amount of time. They need it done to a certain level of quality, or else they're fucking jumping down your throat. And it's not like it's construction or something like anytime I've ever gotten any kind of construction done, it's fucking late, and they're just like, well, that is what it is. We can't do that, and it sucks. And yeah, it adds a lot of stress onto the plate that isn't really complementary to any type of mental health stuff. But I feel like at the same time, it's kind of helped me with it to a certain degree. I mean, it definitely has gotten to me many times when shit just really hits the fan, and like when my shop was just going under, for instance, like that was too much. That was where I hit the fucking breaking point. But the day-to-day stuff, I feel like it has almost helped me get a little better in a way, like dealing with more and more stuff. It's like my tolerance for stress has gotten higher because of the fact that I'm already kind of stressed out and anxious and fucking panicking as it is. And then they throw all this other shit at me, and it feels like it's raised the bar slightly in a way, I guess. I don't know. You got to look at it as one of those glass half full type of situations to be able to appreciate it. And yeah, it's a lot. We're going to cover this topic quite a bit, actually. I'm going on a podcast next week. We're going to be talking about this and this alone. So it's going to be interesting because, I mean, shit, this is, again, it even feels weird right now. Like the fact that like I've been keeping this shit a secret for so long, and all of a sudden now it's just like I dump out this video, and now I'm just throwing it out there now. Now I just don't give a fuck. And it's cool. And it's different. It's weird. But it's cool, and this brings us perfectly to our next little question here. A nice little segue. How do you feel mentally after releasing the video and getting that off your chest? And I feel like it's a mixed bag. I'll say that much. Like it does feel a little bit relieving to get it out there because I'm not having to, keep this fucking secret anymore. But at the same time, it's still like it's a little bit stressful. It was a little bit taxing just because it's like in the back of your head, like, holy shit, I just fucking put this on the internet in front of tens of thousands of people, and like there's no turning back now. It's out there. There's no rewind button on that. There's no reset. It's out. So fuck. It's been a little bit of a week for me. That's for sure. I can say that much. It's been fucking awesome. Like tons of people have been obviously very supportive and reached out and like offered different solutions and help and all that stuff. So that's been incredible. Just the only downside has just been the stuff within my own head, of course. And there's a lot of comments on that. I still haven't been able to read all the comments on that video because it's still just like, they're just piling in like crazy. I want to go through that video and respond to every single one that I can and really kind of let them all sink in. I was keeping up the day that the video was out, but obviously I had to work the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to keep up as much. I've been in and out of my little YouTube app going through that stuff, but it's been very positive nonetheless. And I very much appreciate that. And it's very cool to see, too, that, like, I guess me doing so has allowed some other people to do the same from what I've seen in the comments, which is really fucking awesome. Not something I would have expected. And it's cool, I guess, to see that kind of thing. Because, like, I don't know, if I'm a part of someone else's healing in some sort of way by doing that, that's fucking incredible. So that's why now I think, like, originally when I put that video out, I thought, like, yeah, this is going to kind of be a one-and-done situation and just leave it at that. But now I kind of feel like I'm going to probably be making some updates along the way as things are happening, as I figure shit out. And I did kind of say that in the video, but I think now it's more or less like I have to do it for sure because it seems like so many people want to see that and want to get maybe try any of the stuff that I'm trying. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So I feel like touching on it a little bit more as we go, and we'll see what comes of it. I appreciate it. Look at that. See, there's one right there. I appreciate that very, very much. So, there we go. Found you through Shade Tree Surgeon. Josh, I fucking love that guy. He's awesome. He's like, funny you brought him up. I'll finish the thing here real quick. So I'm not sure if you're in his Discord, but there's a mental health section, and it really helps me on tough days. I didn't know that. I'm not a Discord user. I can't fucking wrap my head around that whole system. It makes no sense to me. But dude, I've known him since I started YouTube. Like right in the very beginning, I reached out to him, and him and I just started talking immediately. And it's cool because that you brought that up, because I think he's like one of the first people I ever told about that stuff. And like he has been solid, and just like when I told him, I was like, nobody knows this and whatever, and he's never told a fucking soul, which is very, very cool of him. But yeah, like right when I first started YouTube, I told him about that stuff a little bit, and I was nowhere near as bad as I am now then. But still, it was hard to do. And that was just before I went into that facility I talked about in the video, where I got fucking ripped off. But I was telling him about it, like, yeah, I'm going to this place and whatever, and I don't know if I like should tell people about this or not, whatever. And he was super fucking supportive and super cool about it. And yeah, he's an all around fucking good dude. Like that guy. Yeah, Discord though, I can't figure it out, man. I wanted to like start one because everyone's like, oh, you should do Discord. Discord's the way to go and whatever. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's my oldness setting in. Yeah, this whole thing, this type of stuff that's not for me. I don't like doing any of that kind of stuff. I just don't, I don't know. I don't feel good about it. I just don't like mind-altering substances anywhere near my body. Did enough of that back in the day when I was riding for a living and, on the road partying and all that shit that I never ever want to see that again. And, yeah, I know has some helpful properties, I guess, in the field. I guess it's being studied pretty heavily now. It's just, so does the medication. That's not for me either. So I've not wanted to go down that road since. I did try, like, back when I was still smoking weed. I was going to try, that whole road, and that went fucking real bad. Really bad. It did not help at all. In fact, it made it worse. So anyone thinks smoking weed is the cure to this is vastly uninformed on the topic. But when it comes to panic disorder, anyways, I think with anxiety disorders and depression, it might help to a certain degree. I think some people have gotten help from it. When it comes to panic, it's like it's a trigger big time for it. And everyone I know that I've talked to that has panic disorder of any kind all say the same thing. Like, just, you cannot do it anymore. And that's why I quit years and years ago. When this whole thing started, I quit smoking weed shit like 11 years ago. I tried it for a while at the start and figured, like, because I was like, back then I was like, I'll never stop. And like, I got like a fucking this wrench, for Christ's sakes, the size on it, it's a 420 wrench. I thought I'd be smoking that shit for the rest of my life. How stupid is that? And yeah, I figured, this is going to get me through it, man. And I struggled with it forever. And just as soon as I stopped, everything started getting better a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, that's got to go. So it's been like, 12 years probably since I quit that shit. This is an interesting question right here. I wonder why it's a thing now, and my parents' generation didn't seem to deal with it. Well, that's the thing. Your parents' generation did deal with it, but nobody fucking talked about it. That's why. It was a thing back then, but nobody ever said nothing about it because it was like taboo back then, right? It was not okay to be not okay, if that makes sense. And that's just the way it is. It's been around for a long period of time. Like with mine, shit, I forget how old the word agoraphobia is, but it's like super, super old. We're talking like hundreds and hundreds of years old. It's been around for a very long time because that's how long people have known about it. So just that other generation didn't seem to deal with it the right way. And that's what it is. Or maybe they did. Maybe stuffing it down was a better thing to do. Who the fuck knows, right? I'm no expert on the topic. All I know is what I know I deal with every day. Yeah, I used to do a little bit of jiu-jitsu stuff back before I kind of got worse with my stuff. I used to go train quite often, and it was okay. I would like to get back to it again, but obviously I got some work to do before I can get back to doing that. Are you interested in your learning process? Are you an RTFM or trial by fire type? I don't know what RTFM means exactly, but I would just say I'm a trial by fire type of person. That's for sure. So I don't even need to know what RTFM is meaning for right now, because yeah, trial by fire is my thing with everything, and I just kind of jump in and figure it out. Tano Inc. just released a video a few weeks back about his issues with depression and whatnot. Seems like everyone is going through it with you. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. I don't get to watch YouTube very often, so I had no idea about that, which is very cool and a very weird coincidence that we both kind of released the same type of video in a short span of time. Very cool. I mean, not cool in a way, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like the depression side I talked about in the video too. I've had many very bad depressive episodes because of the stuff that I deal with on a daily basis, and it's fucking hard shit to do. That's for sure. It's a lot, and the depression one, like that seemed, for me at least, seemed to be the easiest one to control and manage. It did get real bad at a few points for sure in life that was out of control, but for the most part, like when it came to the generalized version of it, that seemed to be the most easy one for me to shake out of. Just by getting to work and doing stuff and whatever, because it basically is like keeping you from doing shit, right? It's like it's telling you like you don't want to do that, you don't feel like doing this, you're not motivated to do this and this and right, whatever, right? And by just like forcing myself to go do all these things that I didn't want to do, it's like it just immediately just spun my brain a 180 back around to being happy about doing the things I was doing. And yeah, so back every time it hit, I would pick up a project of some kind. I would obviously work in my shop the last few times that it happened, and then like prior to that, I'd go work on my bikes or whatever, or things like that, and it seemed to help. So that was for me like the smaller piece of the puzzle that was an issue. But nonetheless, it did get pretty fucking bad a few times where I talked about in the video where like suicidal thoughts were almost more than thoughts, and it's shitty when that creeps up on you. That's for sure. You don't ever feel like that's going to happen. And it happens. And I've had a few friends that have followed through and committed suicide and stuff like that. And it's fucking real shitty to deal with and be on the other end and see like the trail that it leaves behind, man. It's not good. It is tough. 456 Print Co. Good to see you here, my friend. We definitely appreciate you dropping the video. We all relate. Maybe not on the same level, but we're here with you, man. Heavy ADHD here, and your video helped me realize it's time to do something about it. And yeah, that's something else which is on my plate, cornucopia of mental health fun. It's that one. That one seemed to be like very manageable for me. It's something that like almost like I embraced to a certain degree. I know of many other people who are entrepreneurs have ADHD also, which is, it seems to be a trait among entrepreneurs for the most part, because I don't know, it's almost like if you can manage it, it can supercharge you as an entrepreneur, or it can really fuck you over if you don't. So it's kind of like, you know, you got to ride a real dangerous line with that one. And there's a cool book called Faster Than Normal. Pick that up. I've read that thing a couple times now, and it's definitely pretty sweet and gives you some good stuff. I know Ryan Moore recommended that book heavily to me, and it did give me some good pointers for sure. So Faster Than Normal. I don't know. I guess I can't like just drop links and stuff in this thing right now, but Amazon that thing, you'll find it. It's a very popular book. Yeah, there's more people going through it than you think. As you know, talking about it is hard because people don't have it, or people that don't have it really don't understand. And that's one of the biggest hurdles that I've had to kind of like deal with throughout the years, is that people just don't get it. They don't get that, like, you know, you can't do this kind of thing because it's going to make you fucking lose it. And they just look at you like, you know, why is it so hard for you to go to the mailbox? Or why is it so hard for you to fucking get in your truck and drive over here? I'm 5 minutes away. And it's like, you don't understand what this is. You don't understand what it does to me and what it does to my head and all this other shit, right? And just, it's very hard to find people that are going to be like genuinely understanding of it or try to understand. And it's shitty, man. It's very hard. I've found that to be one of the most difficult things to deal with outside of my own problems, I guess, is that. Or people, even worse, pretend that they understand. That's the worst one, where they like, I don't know, get into your life somehow and, fake that they're fucking going to be understanding and sympathetic to it. And then they just like use it to fuck with you. That has happened to me very recently, where somebody weaponized my issues against me. And like, dude, I got the receipts to prove it. It's fucking horrifying to see what this person was doing, to like purposely trigger my issues and shit, to make me dependent, to make me, fuck certain things up so I felt shitty, so they had some kind of upper hand. It's disgusting nonetheless. And there are people that are like that will take advantage of that. So it's kind of weird that there are so many things out there, so many people out there that like don't understand or don't try to understand. And then there's the ones that do understand and do it in a way that sucks. I've seen both sides of it, that's for sure. Devoted Brand, what is up? We watch you dominate every week, sometimes every day, so it's reassuring that you are normal like the rest of us. And yeah, that was part of the reason that that I did this, I guess you could say, because like, I don't know, a lot of people like look at me like I'm just like have been going super hard all the time. I don't fuck up, or I'm just like, I don't know. I don't understand how I've somehow gotten this persona that I'm just like this unstoppable force. And obviously I'm not. So that was kind of one of the reasons that pushed me towards doing that, because it's like I felt like I was just bullshitting everyone to a certain degree. Obviously, when it comes to my work, you're like, yeah, I'm head down, don't fucking get in my way type of person. I'll get shit done. But with everything else outside of that, it was a little bit of a different story. So being able to kind of just open up and be like, this is what it is. This is the reality. Felt good to take that accountability and show that, yeah, like I'm fucking human. I'm a normal person. And it's, yeah. It was kind of like one of those things where because I have those things on my wall everywhere where it says put in the fucking work, right? And every time it was like a reminder to me originally to like put in the fucking work and put all this work in my business and all that shit. And it definitely worked for that. But then like within the last year or so, it's started resonating in my head a little different. Cause like, yeah, I do put in the work there, but it's like, what am I doing outside of there? And obviously there's a lot that I'm leaving on the table, and it maybe is like a little bit bullshit where, I'm constantly promoting, the put in the fucking work thing, but I'm not doing it myself in certain areas where I should be doing it everywhere. So taking accountability for myself, man. And now I'm fucking starting to do it everywhere, which is going to be awesome. I'm slowly just one thing at a time. So I'm starting with the exercise thing and just getting on track with that and making sure that that's going to be locked in, because obviously it takes time to create the habit and get your body used to it and all that type of stuff. And once I kind of got that, then we're just going to another piece, one at a time. Like they say, you can't fucking eat an elephant all at once. The only way you can eat an elephant is one bite at a time. And that's the way I'm going to kind of do this thing. So it's going to be a long play. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what goes on with this whole thing. So here you go. Danny. Cool cat picture, by the way. Incremental exposure therapy with someone you trust in case of emergency. You have to start where you are, not where you'd like to be. If that means walk into the mailbox, start there. Exactly. That's part of the process is going to be that. And that's something I kind of talked about a little. I didn't really go into detail. I just said, this exposure therapy is going to be one small piece to the puzzle. And that's exactly it. And I've already kind of like started doing that a little bit. I haven't had super free time to do it because this whole workout program, man, it's fucking serious. It's like an hour or two a day sometimes. And yeah, so those days I like to work out in the evenings. I can't do it in the morning. I feel like shit. And in the morning in the evening I can do it a lot better for sure. I just feel better. So I got to get my schedule a little bit changed up and maybe rearrange things. I always had stuff like very laser beam like planned throughout the day. I'm very into like time blocking and shit like that. And I'm on a routine that's been set in stone for a long time. So now I got to change it a little bit. And it's been tough to get all that figured out. So now I got to kind of rearrange my schedule a little bit and to allow for the workouts to be at night and maybe move exposures to like the morning sometime, like super early before I go to work or some shit like that. But then it's like, well, if I have a bad day with it and am I going to be able to work properly? It's a fucking whole thing. But again, it's going to be a matter of like, suck it up and fucking get it done one way or another. So that's the next piece, is getting that a little bit more in my schedule. Right now, I kind of just do it every couple of days whenever the workouts are not as insane. And, yeah, we'll get there. And then weekends, obviously, I have a lot more time. Ever consider hopping on TRT? I have not. I have not yet. I haven't gotten like checked for any of that shit either. So I don't know. Maybe it would help. Maybe it wouldn't. I have no idea. I know like with how hard I'm working out right now, that shit would do something for me. That's for sure. But yeah, I haven't checked it out in terms of like mental health and anything like that either yet. So at some point I probably should get my blood work checked again. And like, I've done it so many times over the years and just came up with nothing. That's why I just didn't really care to do it again. But getting maybe like a full panel done and check like all my levels of everything would be smart, just to kind of know exactly where I'm at. Would be pretty smart to do at this point in the game. So we'll see. I'll get that done. I do have like a doctor kind of person that can come to the house and shit. It's pretty sweet, actually. There we go. Jackson Ryan. I hit therapy up every week or every other. Unrecognized trauma combined with high functioning anxiety. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. And for me, I've tried therapy many, many times and just it wasn't for me. I never really found anyone who I like clicked with or anything that really resonated with me. And but I mean, for some people it works, right? So it's always a matter of like finding what works for you. There's no one right answer. It's just like fucking screen printing, man. There's no one right answer to getting this shit done. And it's the same thing. And this one's a lot more complex and vast. So there's definitely no one right answer. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. And I feel like, yeah, carving my own way through it is finally going to be the thing that works. Because I've tried all the recommendations, right? And of course. And yeah, now just coming up with my own plan, I feel like that's the way. Oh, super chat. Full throttle junkie. Shit. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Bring back the legalized wheelies t-shirt. Mine is just about giving up. Shit, that is the very first piece of merch I ever made. That's old school right there. I wasn't even making those. That was fucking, what the hell was that? Teespring was where those came from. Those were Teespring DTG prints, the print on demand stuff, where we made like no money on those at all. It was terrible. But fuck, it was cool to make merch that people actually bought for someone, for, some unknown YouTuber, right? It's kind of fucking sweet to see a shirt out in the wild that you put out there. Very, very cool. I don't even have one of those. You know what? I should bring it back at some point, and like obviously now I can just make them and make them much better, and see if anyone actually wants to buy them. That would kind of be sweet. That one and the what was the other one that we had? The Shred Till You're Dead shirt. That one was sick, actually. I really like that one. I had a bunch of stuff on Teespring. Fuck, I was like bombing designs on there like crazy for a while. That was kind of what got me started down this whole path, actually, was when I was doing that, and I was realizing like people were actually buying this stuff, and I eventually kind of pivoted to making 38 Ride Company, and now I make merch for everybody. It's kind of a weird way that happened. Josh V, how did you cope with this condition back when you were motocross? Well, I didn't have it back then at all. It was non-existent to me, it did not hit me until I was like out of the game. Yeah, because back before this happened, I was traveling the world nonstop, riding for a living, doing fucking dangerous things that were scary as hell, and it was never an issue. It was never an issue. And then just that one night, it was life-changing to me in a shitty way, unfortunately. But yeah, prior to that, it was never a thing. And like, that was always one thing I wondered in the back of my mind, was like, are all the times that I've hit my head during my career contributing to this somehow? I mean, I've gotten CT scans and shit and all that over the years, and like they didn't really come up with anything or see anything, but like it makes you wonder. Because I mean, yeah, I've fucking smashed my head a lot, pretty hard, and it could be something to do with it. I don't know, but yeah, back before this all started, it was never any kind of an issue for me. It was never like I was never nervous for shit. It was just, I don't know. I was fucking unstoppable back then. It felt like it was crazy. So yeah, because I wouldn't have obviously been able to do what I did if this were part of it. Oh shit, another super chat. Devoted Brand, just for straight up a happy birthday. Thank you very much, Devoted Brand. I appreciate that very much. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Not even a question, just throws it out there. Freaking guy. Here we go. Steve Southwick. Again, thank you very much. Never believed in panic attacks or anxiety until the day I was eating. Until one day I was eating and I thought I was having a heart attack, and it took years to get past that one day. Yeah, prior to my stuff, I had never even heard of it. I didn't even know. I was fucking clueless to it. And if somebody had told me about the stuff that I deal with now back then, I would have probably been fucking kind of a dick about it. I probably would have been like, like, what is that? Why can't you do this? That doesn't make sense. Like, I would have been a fucking piece of shit about it. And it's interesting because we just talked about, how people don't understand. And I was definitely going to be one of those people for sure. So it's interesting reflecting on that, thinking that, I would have been like that and I wouldn't have tried to understand, but now I expect people to understand or try to understand. Like, what is that wall there that makes people like that? Life question of the day. Some philosophy for you. Yeah, I had no idea, not a fucking clue until it hit me. Do you feel like your anxiety has held you back from making friends and networking in the print community? Yes, very much so. I find it very hard to put myself out there in new and unknown environments. Yeah, for me, obviously, like not being able to travel places, like getting invited to all these trade shows all the time and shit like that, and I always have to say no, very clearly is not helping me business-wise, because networking within the industry is good for me as a YouTuber, of course, getting in front of all these different companies that could possibly be sponsors or provide some kind of equipment for us to use and test for you guys or whatever else, right? So as far as the industry is concerned, yeah, it's kind of really fucking shit in my cereal a little bit, but it's also hurt the business side of it as well. Not so much like hurt the business, but it's held back the business because the people with real money to spend, they're not coming to you. They expect you to come to them, right? And there are many of those people where I'm at that I know I could go walk into their office and offer them what we can do and come out with like a very, very big client. It's just a matter I can't fucking do it right now. And that's going to fucking change because I'm doing it. I can't just sit where I'm at in business. Obviously, like I never want to plateau. I want to just keep pushing forward and growing and growing and growing. And that's going to be the only way that we hit that next level to be one of those upper echelon type of shops is that if we can have people like myself and other salespeople getting in front of people like that can bring us big time business. And right now that's kind of the Achilles heel for me, is not being able to do stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of hit on both sides of the fence for me. And it's been cool because like since releasing the video, at least within the industry side, a lot of people have reached out and been like, oh, I had no idea and whatever. And they've been very, very cool about it. So, I mean, maybe this is going to open some doors now that were closed before. I don't know. But at least now it's out there and people can fucking take it or leave it. So we'll see. But one way or another, we're going to fucking get it done and bulldoze our way through it. I appreciate that. Nick Lamb, thank you very much. Super cool. I'm Captain Canada, though. I'm Captain Canada. Yeah, a lot of people think I'm American for the most part. I think it's probably a fair assumption. I think I sound like I am because I did live there for a while. I know all like the Canadian people. I talked to someone for the first time last night, a girl on the phone, and she was like, you fucking have an accent. You sound like you're not from here. Well, No, I've lived here my whole life. It's just I kind of bounced around a lot for a while. But nope, straight up Canadian. Captain Canada just doesn't have the same ring to it, though. You guys definitely have a cooler name than us. Just everything about it sounds awesome on everything. Let's get back in here. Infinite Fabrication. I see some stuff here. I missed a bunch. We'll go back to some other stuff. It's different for different people, but for me, I can either sit in traffic forever or I lose my shit at a long red light. It feels like no oxygen, heart racing, claustrophobia. Yeah, that's one for me for sure. That's one that kind of like started shrinking the world for me a little bit, was that kind of shit, because I started getting that, like where if I got stuck in traffic, I started fucking losing it. And or long red lights, or like anywhere where I couldn't make like an immediate turn off somewhere would send me spiraling. And that's, again, where that started happening more and more and more. That's when I started leaving less and less and less. And so one thing, I don't know where you're at, but I mean, one thing I can tell you is fucking don't let that shit get on top of you. Get on top of it. Like, let it keep happening and keep forcing your way through it. Because if you let it get on top of you, it's going to fucking get on top of you and not leave. And that's the one mistake that I made along the whole way throughout this whole thing, is that I avoided as much of it as possible, and I shouldn't have. And that's what maybe put me into like such a bad position now, because now I have to dig myself out of a super deep hole, whereas, you know, back then it would maybe have been like a shin deep hole to dig out of. So, I mean, it's fucking hard and terrifying and everything nonetheless, and it's going to suck every single time, but it's going to suck less over time. And that's something I got to keep reminding myself of as I start working my way through this shit. Oh, sorry, someone's text messaging me. That text message just popped up right across the chat window, and I can't see shit. Get out of here. Ryan Wargo, what is this here? Hey, man, just want to let you know you're a hell of a motivation and look forward to any content you put out. Thank you very much. Really trying to push myself to do what I need to do, and it's tough. Keep it up. Well, thank you very much for the motivational message. And it's cool to hear that anything that I'm putting out is impacting anyone in any way, honestly. I'm still like, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and there's obviously a lot of people that watch this stuff, but it's just never like stops being awesome when you hear that kind of shit. Because it's like you don't really think about that, right? Like, to me, I'm just like putting a video out on the internet and seeing if people like to watch it, but like to hear people get something out of it that like pushes them in some way or motivates them or whatever. Like, that's something that's so awesome and so unexpected at the same time, and it's something that's never ever gonna get old to me, I don't think. So I like that. Yeah, you don't say a boot and a. No, I do not. I do not at all. I know people that do. I lived on kind of more eastern side of Canada for a little while, and over there, that's where accents are thick, like thick Canadian accents. And holy shit, did I make fun of everybody. Anytime people were talking around me and would talk real Canadian like that, I would just burst out laughing and just be coming at them with the jokes. It's not like that where I'm at. Like, from Western Canada onward, it's very much not like that. When you get into the eastern side, though, that's when you get like the Trailer Park Boys accents going on and all that type of shit. And it gets worse the further east you go. A new podcast, The Rogue Mind. That's a pretty goddamn good name right there. I don't mind that. I might steal it. I don't know. I don't know if anyone wants to hear me talk about this shit for very long periods of time. Maybe if I learn a little bit more about it and have a little more to offer, then it could be a thing. You never know. So if it does, then I'm definitely stealing that. Patent pending. All right. Looks like I'm caught up to a lot of the questions already, I think. Unless somebody's asked something that I missed. So, like, if I missed something, just keep dumping stuff in there. Yeah, I think I'm caught up to most of the stuff. So where are we at now for time anyway? Oh, we're like right at an hour, so it's kind of perfect. We don't have the teaser for the next video ready yet anyways. Well, we do, but we're still going to do one more stream before the next video comes out anyways. So, yeah, we next Thursday we'll have the the teaser for the next video, which is a good one. And it's another long one again, too. It's like fucking an hour long, that next one. And I have another video. We're like 3 or 4 videos deep at this point now. We got so much stuff. I've never been so ahead when it comes to YouTube in my whole career doing this. Like, not even close. It was always like a scramble. I was always late and like missing videos nonstop and taking long periods of time off. And now we're just like, we're constantly like 3-4 weeks ahead at all times. It's fucking incredible. It's very, very cool to see. And just like a relief. It's far less stressful now that like I'm not the one doing it anymore. I'm just kind of on camera talent, and Ed's the guy behind the scenes doing all the editing and filming and all that shit. And he's killing it. And it takes a lot off my plate. It's fucking wonderful. So, there's one more here. What do we got here? You are one of my YouTube university professors. Professor Lee, thanks for all the knowledge over the years. Well, thank you for watching all my stuff. I'm going to take that. I want to be called a professor at something. That just makes me sound important and smart. I like it. All right, here we go. You said you eat the same thing every day. Very curious as to what that is. I like the theory behind it. Sorry if you skipped this on the first time on purpose. No, I didn't even see it, so thanks for throwing back in there. Literally anybody, if I fucking missed your question, just keep tossing them in there, and we'll keep going. But yeah, so that whole thing is like, it's a mixture of, it was like a mixture of anxiety stuff, but also practical at the same time, if you know what I mean. So mainly like, I was trying to find like the right foods to eat, because like I said, I got fucking fat, and I had a bad habit of just being lazy and eating takeout nonstop. And I think like a lot of people in the industry just do have that habit, because like you just are like, I don't have time to do this, so I'm just going to order something, right? And that's where I was at when I was the first like year or two in here. I was just I was starting to make like good money, so I was like, I don't care, I'll fucking order takeout every day. It doesn't bother me. It's not going to hurt my bank account. And so I was doing that literally every day. And dude, that's how I got fucking fat, eating pizza and burgers and shit every goddamn day. It's not good for you. It's terrible. And so obviously I had to change that. And I started dialing in myself to eating more like food that I make myself. And then as I started doing that, I was like, I'm going to cut out all the processed food, because processed food is fucking cancer in a box. So processed foods are gone. It's all going to be like whole food shit. It's going to be like real meat, real everything, and whatever else. So was the first step. And then I started kind of like dialing in more like, okay, like what do I need every day kind of thing. And so I've been tweaking that over time, over the years. Now I got to tweak it again. Now I'm working with this trainer, because he wants me to kind of like adjust the levels of stuff, which where I'm at actually, what I'm eating every day is like, dude, you're dialed. You just have to adjust your protein to carbohydrate intake a little bit. Otherwise, like the stuff you are putting in your body you're good. Yeah, so I was doing all that, and it made a huge difference within like the first little while. I dropped pretty significantly. I dropped down to like 200 from 245 to like 225, 220 pretty quickly, but then I kind of like stopped and sat there for a while, and I didn't really analyze my shit again for a while. I was like, all right, this is just where I'm at. Cool. And then I kind of went back into it again, and it's like, okay, I'm kind of eating a lot of cheese. Cheese is not the best. And I'm eating a lot of like fucking extra carbs I don't need and whatever else, because I was like, I loved tacos. I'd eat tacos literally every fucking day. And obviously all those extra tortillas and cheese and all that other shit, it's not great. So as soon as I changed that up and changed it to where I'm at now, that's where it was like drastic, where all of a sudden I like went from like 220, just bam, down to like 190, 195. And that was really just cutting out those cheese and extra carbs and all that shit. But then like it became more of like a anxiety thing at the same time, because I've been in this same thing for so long that like it's like hard to come out of. Kind of the same thing when it comes to, panic disorder of any kind, right? It's like you fucking get locked into this routine and this thing, then you just can't break out of. It feels like you're going to freak out if you do. And that's kind of what's been happening a little bit. But at the same time, that's like the least concern of mine. At the same time, I'm like, that one, I can fucking live with that, because I know what I'm putting my body every day is great, and I feel good, and I'm fucking good. I'm in much better shape than I was. Everything I'm eating is like great whole food stuff. So like, it's fucking sweet. And yeah, so that's one I can live with and not really worry about doing anything about. And it's been pretty fucking awesome, man. I gotta say, it's been really, really good. So, and just another thing, like from an entrepreneur's perspective now, it's getting rid of that decision fatigue. That's one thing that has been very helpful to me on that side of things. So like, how many times have you been standing in front of the fridge wondering what the fuck to eat, or going to the grocery store, just kind of wandering around, burning time, like fucking, well, maybe I'll get this, maybe I'll get this, and all that type of shit, right? Like for me, I know exactly what I need to get every single day for groceries. That's not a question. I know exactly what I'm going to cook every day. It's like, it's fucking dialed. It's the same kind of thing, like the, like how Steve Jobs wore fucking his black turtleneck and jeans every day, and Mark Zuckerberg has a gray t-shirt and jeans every day. They don't vary from that, because it's like that decision fatigue every day. You take that out and you can put your brain onto better things and put your time onto better things. And I've definitely noticed that when it comes to the food stuff, because I felt like for me and probably for most people, like the food shit is where you are fucking burning the most time and most energy on. How many times you just like didn't know what to eat, and you're sitting there just wondering, trying to figure it out forever, or trying to ask your chick, like, where do you want to go to eat tonight? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Now that that's gone is incredible for me as far as entrepreneurship goes. And then, I see what you got to say here. Beer gut's gone crazy. Stopping drinking, huge, absolutely fucking huge. I did that years and years ago. It's the best decision I ever made. So cutting that shit out, you don't need it. It makes no sense. It adds zero fucking value to your. If you like stand back and have a look at it, it adds zero value to anybody's life at all. Like literally zero value. So why? Like you're ingesting poison essentially for fun. And it costs a shit ton of money to do it at the same time. And you fucking burn so much of your time and so much of your energy on something you get nothing out of. So cutting that out for me was massive, absolutely massive. And then I still didn't get fat before that. So like I was actually in okay shape, because I was like still working out slightly back then when I was still drinking and smoking cigarettes and stuff. So I was in relatively good shape. I was kind of where I'm at now. And it didn't start until afterwards. I wonder what would have happened, though, if I was eating the way I was and still drinking at the same time, how much worse it would have got. That would have been serious, probably. That would have been really bad. So cut that shit out if you can. I mean, you can. It just matters if you want to. There you go. Rome to your dome. You are what you eat. Exactly. So many people out there, you cut them, they'll fucking bleed Dorito dust. So ain't gonna happen around here. And yeah, cutting out like junk food and shit too. Huge. Absolutely huge. That was like probably my biggest fucking thing, was cutting that out. I would say. I was a fiend for fucking the little mini chocolate bars, those little Halloween treats. I would buy every Halloween so much of that shit and just stock up on it hard, and then like get handfuls of kids here, and then just like, sweet, I've got like little Twix bars for the next fucking 10 months. And just go hard on those things every day and eat that kind of shit. And cutting that out was very, very smart. And shit, yeah, like Doritos and all this other stuff. Like I used to smash all that junk food all the time. And go watch a video from when I first moved in here, and you'll see what it looked like. Look at this, and then go watch one of those, and you'll be like, holy shit. Yeah, I can see it. It's a huge, huge difference. When I first came back from making videos, or from not making videos, sorry, I took like that little bit of a break there for a while. It was a pretty long break, actually. I had already dropped probably like, 20 or 30 pounds, and like so many people were like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? I thought I was sick or something. It's like, no, this was on purpose. Yeah, the decision fatigue part is what got you curious. It's a big one, man. When you factor in all that shit, how much decision fatigue you have every day when it comes down to like, what are you going to eat? What are you going to wear? All these types of little things, like these dumb, stupid little things, they really add up to a lot of time throughout every single day. And when you start like actually calculating the amount of time, I mean, it's hard to quantify. Sometimes you're not like you're sitting in front of your fucking fridge with a stopwatch or anything, right? But if you can just like estimate it and figure it out and start adding like, what does that come out to over the course of a year? Like how much time it takes me to figure out what to wear in the morning. And that's something I'm going to start doing next. Now that the food thing's like completely dialed, I'm literally going to fucking Zuckerberg this shit. I want to just get like a closet full of just straight up black t-shirts, black pants, black hats. Call it a fucking day. And no longer have to stand there and wonder what the hell to wear. It's going to be all the same shit and it'll be awesome. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, at least for my work week, because then it's just like shit just gets done that way. I can just haul ass out. I'm going to be out the shop that much faster, 10 minutes a day faster, 5 minutes a day faster. Well, over the course of frickin' year, let's find out. I can't do that math in my head, so don't fucking judge me right now. Let's say it's 5 minutes a day. That's all right, let's divide that by 60. That is fucking, let's say it's 5 minutes a day. You're sitting there trying to figure out what to wear every day. That's 30 hours a year of your time down the toilet. That's unreal. See, that right there. I'm going off of the stream right now, and I'm going to fucking start doing this. I'm not kidding you. Because that 30 hours, what could I achieve in 30 hours? How much can I run that auto in 30 hours? Or how many jobs can I sell in 30 hours? How many fucking other little hobbies or whatever can I do in 30 hours? There's a lot that can be done in 30 hours for sure. So, yeah. And I feel like 30 hours is lowballing it, 5 minutes a day figuring out what to wear. For most dudes, I think that's relatively, I would say that's within the ballpark. 5 minutes, 6 minutes trying to like look around, see what to wear. But I mean, like if you're like a girl or something like that, they spend a lot of time figuring out what to wear. But we appreciate you for it, though. We do. Nobody's going to give a shit if I wear black pants and black shirts every day. Ashlyn's in here. You are wearing black jeans or black jorts. You're good. I pretty much do. I'm slowly working my way there. It's the shirts. I'm having a hard time letting go of. I don't know. I attach to my fucking t-shirts, my graphic shirts, and then like they have different color prints on it, and then I want to like match the print to the hat. Look at this ensemble I've fucking created today. It looks great, but it took me a few minutes to figure it out. And if it's all just like logoless, blank, black everything, no more figuring shit out. Throw it on and get to work. So I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to fucking order a case of blanks for myself. I still have not found the blank t-shirt I like the best. I've been trying. I can't figure it out. And I see like every week, it's like my t-shirt size changes now too. Yeah, decision fatigue is massive. Gym and diet alleviate a lot of that decision fatigue. I found for me too, like because I used to work out pretty heavily, I guess you could say, before the last few years. I would have said, when would it have been? It would have been before I started Rogue Lab, because I had like a crappy little gym kind of built in my basement of my old house before I turned it into a screen print shop. So I worked out every single day there, and I definitely noticed having somebody else tell me what to do every day, like having a trainer, that fucking made a big difference. Because again, the gym was decision fatigue, trying to figure out like what I'm going to do and all that type of shit, right? And now I just like open this app on my phone. It's there for me every day. Guy plugs it in and tells me exactly what to do. And I just go do it. I'm going to be doing it as soon as I'm off the stream. I got to fucking do hell by the look of it. It's a big one again. I'm going to be up late. I was up till like 11:30 working out last night. And it's going to be another big one. So whatever. But yeah, no more decision fatigue on that area either, which is very cool. Big fan of House of Blanks out of Toronto. And interesting, because I am like the opposite of a fan of their stuff. I do not like it at all. I hate those hoodies so much. I can't even describe to you how much I hate those hoodies. They are the most overpriced pieces of crap ever. And they're a nightmare to print on, too. That's the worst part. We did a bunch of them for a professional sports team, like an NHL team. And holy shit, it took forever for us to figure out how to lay a nice print on those things, because the knit on it was like so huge. Like you're trying to print on like fucking like a chicken wire fence, essentially, is what it was like. And trying to fill all those voids with ink so that it looked like a nice smooth print fucking sucked. It was a nightmare. And they don't. I have one in my closet, and that thing shrank beyond belief. And not a fan at all. That's like what Supreme uses for their sweatshirts too, is their stuff. Crazy. Smart blanks? No, I have not tried smart. I don't think we have those up here just yet. Same with like Dish. I see someone saying District up there. Never tried them. My favorite hoodie is the Just Like Hero JLH 2020, which you guys don't have down there. That's something that we have that you don't. It's literally the best fucking hoodie on the market right now by far. And like, they're not giving me shit to say this. I love these hoodies. They're incredible, but they're Canadian only currently. So we finally have something that you don't have, because you guys have so many things that we can't get and so many garments and shit that I wish I could get my hands on, and we just can't. So we finally have one of our own. Anyway, so looks like the questions are kind of fading out here. Oh, shit. Nope. Oh, yeah, we got one more. Kayla. Yeah, I guess I kind of did miss that. Sorry, Kayla Stark. I totally fucking missed the actual diet plan that I'm on. My bad. So what I'm doing is it's fucking simple, man. Like, super simple, at least for me. So, like, every morning it is eggs and ground beef and fucking hot sauce. Simple as shit, and a banana. Easiest breakfast of all time. Getting your protein in, getting your potassium in, all that good stuff. It's great. Lunchtime, I have a huge, pretty good sized amount of chicken, and like sometimes I put in a sandwich, but now I'm not allowed to put in a sandwich anymore, apparently, because that's fucking wasted carbs, and I love bread, and I hate that. Annoying, but it is what it is. So yeah. I have that, and then like usually like sweet potato fries, stuff like that, and I dip them in sriracha, which is awesome. I love hot sauce, by the way, so that's why everything's got hot sauce on it. And that's usually lunch, and then I have like like those veggie greens things, the drink. I have that, and like the fruit one, like Fido Berry or whatever. I mix the two together, and it's delicious, and get all my like vitamins and everything I need through that. And then dinner time's like a big ass slab of salmon and some rice and some broccoli, and I usually guzzle like a ton of water because I'll be working out like a few hours later. And then after I work out, I usually have like a big ass ground beef patty wrapped in, I'm not, again, no more buns. So I've been wrapping these fucking things in lettuce for the last couple of weeks to try and like get something out of it. And again, sriracha, filling that bad boy up, and that's it. So it's pretty dialed for the most part. There's not anything complicated going on there. Again, it's like based off of just being simple to make and getting all the stuff that I guess I need out of it. And it's working for me pretty good. There might be some stuff that I'm like missing here or there, but again, like those like veggie greens and stuff kind of cover a lot of bases. And I kind of want to like get my shit tested again, because like before I went down this, like, well, because again, I was fat, so my cholesterol was fucking high apparently. And some other stuff was going on. So it'd be interesting to get like the full panel done again and see exactly where it's at. But anyway, that's where I'm at now, and I have to make some adjustments to it, because again, my trainer said it's close, but you kind of got to like adjust your levels a little bit, because I definitely was liking the tortillas and the bread and stuff in there, because I fucking love bread, dude. It's so good. And apparently a lot of that's got to go. I got to like have just like one little thing a day at most, and that's it. And yeah, of course, Ash was saying, get some sourdough. Well, yeah, fucking sourdough is delicious. And I'm talking about I can't have bread anymore. God. I know. There's this one bread. Back when I was in Ontario, my teammate Jeff's mom made this fucking bread every day. It was the craziest fucking bread of all time. Like the most delicious thing I've ever tasted in my life. You could just sit there and just hammer a whole loaf of this stuff by itself. And it was just so goddamn good. And then, like, if you even dared to make a sandwich with it, you'd be like, it was heaven. Anything you put on it was amazing. And I miss that a lot. I've always wanted to, like, reach out and get that, like, a bread maker and ask for a recipe and ship at the same time. I know if I did, it would fuck me up real fast. Ghost Ninja, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Motovlogging days. Do you have a particular goal with your trainer, or mainly just health? Well, like, my main goal is the mental. That is the main goal by a long shot. It's, I guess, yeah, more or less that. Like, I mean, like, I'm learning like the discipline of it, and of course, like we talked about a little bit earlier, was it's a little bit of like an exposure therapy kind of thing, and it definitely helps with that. And like, obviously too, I got to be able to like push my foot on the gas a little bit more each time, so that I'm kind of like pushing that boundary of exposure more and more as I go. So that's the main goal by a long shot. And then of course, like the health aspect too is that's going to come along with it. Is I'm going to fucking feel great. I'm going to look great. Obviously all the bad shit in my body's going to be gone, and yeah, it's going to be fucking sweet either way. So that's the main goal though, is the mental for me. Because, you know, you're pumping all those happy chemicals through your brains after you do get used to working out. The first little while, like, people expect it to happen immediately, and that's why they quit. And it doesn't happen immediately. It fucking sucks for the first while till your body gets used to it. But then, like, once you do have a good workout and you're not fucking getting killed, you do feel incredible after. And I'm starting to hit that now. A couple weeks in, I'm slowly kind of feeling it. I just did one last night that was super long, and I was like, yes, like, I felt great afterwards. And hopefully that happens again today, because this one looks like it sucks. So if it feels good afterwards, I think I might have hit that level finally. Because the first little while was ass. I was just like every day going into the shop the next day, just groaning, fucking pissed off, sore. What is your weight at now? How could you even ask me that? No, I'm just kidding. I am at, as far as yesterday, I've weighed myself again for the first time in a while. It was 189 pounds. So from 245 to 189, pretty damn good. I'm pretty pumped on that. And, yeah, feel great. Look pretty good. Still not there yet. I got to start, like, packing on muscle and shit now, because that's, like, one thing. Like, I dropped weight, but I wasn't, like, working out at the same time, you know what I mean? So, like, it's not like it's things are happening where you're all shredded under there and stuff. You still like, I'm just like a skinny fat person now. So I'm slowly fixing that. But the last couple of weeks, that shit has changed pretty drastically already, I've noticed. So give it a couple months. We'll see where I'm at. I can be like Ryan and have a fucking shirt taken off contest with him. God, I hope he sees this. That guy, dude, there's nobody else I've seen who's in that good a shape. That guy is literally a fucking machine. He's not human. He is not human at all. Like, someone who can just smash out 200 burpees for no reason, as if it's not even a workout, and just be like, all right, cool. Like, what are we doing next, guys? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I've seen this happen with my own eyes, and I was just sitting there like, holy shit, this is why you're the guy. Stuff like that now. It's very motivating to be around that guy, that's for sure. And that's definitely something that pushed me along big time. Hey, 189 club, except you're 5'7". Yeah, I'm 6'2". So maybe a little bit of a difference in composition there. Everyone always thinks I'm fucking short for some reason. I don't know why. Like, the internet somehow makes me look small on camera, but like when people meet me in real life all the time, they're like, fuck, you're not small. I'm like, no, I'm not at all. It's weird. Yeah, it's funny. Here we go. Do you struggle with your online coaching that you offer? Or is it easy to get into that work mode? I've wanted to sign up, but anxiety's holding me back. So no, not at all. Because like when it comes to that stuff, that's where we're talking about print, we're talking about business and whatever, all that type of shit. That's where like my brain is like 100% laser focused all the time. No issues, no nothing. Like that's where I like to be. And that's like my happy place, is talking about that shit. So no issues there whatsoever. That's like where I'm thriving, if anything, is anything to do with the business aspect. Like I can fucking kill it there. So it's been fucking really cool about that. And it's going to be interesting to see if that, like the coaching stuff takes a bit of a turn from that. Like from maybe people are going to start asking more about that stuff. Maybe they're in like a similar position, like you said, you know, anxiety's holding you back and whatever else. So like maybe there's something that can be talked about on that aspect too. I don't know. I was kind of thinking about that the other day and was wondering, like, is this going to be like a new topic to cover during that stuff? Or is this going to be like a new line of questioning? Because like my coaching stuff is usually pretty wide open to just whatever, like, you know, what do you need? Where are you at in your business kind of thing? And we talk it out and figure it out and then start figuring out a game plan. And so maybe that's something that someone could bring up at some point now that they know that I'm in this kind of position as well. So very, very interesting to see if that's going to be the case. So a lot of people saying nice things, a lot of happy birthday messages here, which is awesome. Thank you guys again. I forgot that is my birthday for the last hour and 20 minutes. And then I just realized now there's these giant fucking balloons behind me. One thing I hate birthdays. I hate them so much. I want nothing to do with birthdays. It's literally like my fucking nightmare is my birthday every year. I just don't like that attention. I don't. Which is weird because, right, I'm sitting here talking to a bunch of people on the fucking internet. And but the whole like cake and candles and people wanting to sing to you and fucking all that, it's just like, ugh, I don't like it. I just want to be left alone on my birthday every year. That's literally what I tell everybody. Like, they're like, what do you want for your birthday this year? What are we doing? All that shit. And I'm like, I want to be left alone entirely. I want to just like talk to no one. I want to play video games and nothing. But now I guess it's a lot different because now I've done none of those things. I'm talking to a shitload of people, not playing video games, and I go exercise after. So maybe I'm making a change for the better. Probably. So that seems like a good note to fucking end the stream, by the way. That's definitely a solid segue to let you guys know I got to go fucking 5 feet that way, 10 feet that way, and go kill myself for the next hour and a half. It's going to be fun. But it is kind of fun. I got all this cool new equipment. Just bought a bunch more today. So, I mean, get to try out some of it. I'm kind of excited for that. Did you eat the cake? No, I did not. Nope, not even a little bit. Sticking to my plan, man. No fucking around. So, sweet. Well, thank you guys for joining the stream. This topic is not off the table at any point in time. So if, future streams, any of that kind of shit, you guys want to ask more questions about this stuff, feel free. It's a wide open book now. So, of course, we're going to kind of focus back more on the printing stuff. But if you want to ask, I'm here to answer. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining the stream again. And we will see you again next week.